What is up, Android fans? It is Eric for Mobile here, back with another ROM review for the LG G3. And today, guys, I'm going to be reviewing Mahdi Rom. This ROM's been around for a long time. It is probably, honestly, one of my favorite ROMs. I've run it on a lot of my different phones, so I was pretty excited when it was finally ported over to the G3. Now, I wanted to get this video up really quick because I have a feeling in the near future there's going to be an absolute flood of Lollipop ROMs coming out for the G3. That's Android 5.0. And honestly, when a brand new version of Android comes out and ROMs are being made and pushed out to the phone, those first few iterations can be pretty rough. Their alpha builds are going to have a lot of bugs, and oftentimes they have a lot of issues they're still trying to work out. So it's nice to have ROMs like Mahdi Rom that you can fall back to that are still based on KitKat, that have a lot of the bugs worked out already. So without further ado, let's jump right into Mahdi Rom. So here it is. Mahdi Rom, like I said, is based off of KitKat. I can run down here to About Phone. See Android 4.4.4. Now, this is based off of CyanogenMod, so it's got the CyanogenMod kernel and all of the goodies from CyanogenMod underneath. But Mahdi has gone through and added some customizations that you don't get in CyanogenMod, so there's some extra goodies. If you go into the settings and scroll down, you got all your typical stuff you're going to see on any phone. But if you come down here, there is a panel called Notifications under Personal. If you go into notifications, here's where a lot of the things that has been added into Mahdi Rom will be. First of all, you have heads up. All the things under these are going to be to do with your notifications, obviously. So first of all, you have heads up. What this does is this will display any of the notifications that you get in the status bar. It's like a heads up pop up here at the top of the screen. So if I were to come here into the App Store and quickly start downloading an app, we can just start downloading anything I've got here. Once it starts, you'll see up here at the top of the screen, boom, it pops up as a little icon up here. It is interactive, so you can dismiss it, or you can tap on it and it'll take you right into the app. So that's pretty cool. That's called Heads Up. If we jump back into the settings here, into notifications, the next one is lock screen notifications. So what this does is once it's enabled, any of the lock screens that are showing up here in your status bar, they will show as interactive contextual notifications on the lock screen. So if you turn the phone off when that's enabled, the next time you turn it on, you're going to get your notifications. They're lined up over here, but you can expand them to see further what they are. So if you open them up, boom, there they are. There's notifications on your lock screen. That's a pretty cool touch as well. And then lastly, there's also a pocket mode, so you can have it enabled. So when your phone's in your pocket, if this is turned on, the next time you pull your phone out of your pocket, your screen will turn on and there will be your lock screen. That's pretty cool as well. Lastly, there is notification peak. This has been a feature that's been brought over from Paranoid Android. So in notification peak, what will happen is when you have your phone turned off and just say set down on a desk, and you say you get a text message, then when you pick up your phone, it will do kind of like active display on the Moto X, where it'll pull up the text message. I'll set one up here real quick so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so I just sent myself a text message with peak enabled. So once you get the message, the next time you pick up your phone, boom, there it is, text message from Eric. You can dismiss this notification. You can also go in and select any of the other notifications that you have. And once you've selected one, it'll take you into the phone. So that's pretty cool. It's just a pop-up like you would see on the Moto X, where the screen stays dark and it just gives you the information that's been notified to your phone. So that's it for the notifications section. If we jump back into settings and scroll down, there are some lock screen features. You can add slider targets. So instead of on your lock screen, when you scroll to unlock, you can also add any custom application that you want in here. We also have the ability to change the shortcuts on the lock screen. You can enable all the widgets. So this is a feature that I like, and I've touched on it in some other videos. By default, Android only lets you select so many different widgets to add to your lock screen, but this feature enables all the widgets you have installed on your phone to be able to be added to your lock screen. That's a really nice touch and something that I always like to enable just because it's for convenience sake. Oh, and another feature is the see-through feature on the lock screen, which I have enabled. So when you turn your phone on, you can kind of see through to the back what's underneath your phone. If you're security minded, you might not want to use this feature, but I think it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit blurred. You can change the amount of blur there is, but that looks pretty cool, I think. So moving on, if we scroll down, we get down here near the bottom, there's a section called custom, and here's even some further customizations we can make to the phone. If we come in here to UI settings, the first one you're going to get is quick settings. Something I like to do with the quick settings is you can scroll down here to tiles and layout, and you can add and take away from the quick setting tiles that appear. So you can take this camera one and delete it, or you can go in and add you know, whatever tiles you want. Say you want a music tile, boom, there it is. You got one in your quick settings. So then those will show up now when you look at your quick settings. There's the play icon. So that's pretty cool. You can also change how many show up in, per row. So you can make these smaller and have 4 or 5 of them show up per row. So those are some quick settings features that I like. You can mess with the notification drawer. You can add a brightness slider. You can add shortcuts, all that kind of stuff. I leave it kind of stock. One thing that's really cool in this ROM though is you can mess with the background style. So it's called dynamic color change. It's right here. When you click on it, you can add color to the navigation and status bar. And what I mean by that is when you click into an app, say if I went into Gmail, so when you have the dynamic colors enabled on this ROM, say you go into your Gmail application like I am here, I'm just in the settings right now, but what it does is it colors your navigation bar and your status bar to whatever the theme of that app is. I mean, it looks really sharp. It's a really cool feature. There's some apps that can do this, but it's really cool to see this baked right into this ROM. So that is a really cool feature as well. Going back into the settings, into UI settings, another cool thing that they've added in the multitasking section is you can either have the stock recents style as AOSP, or if you come down here and do slim recents and do on your recent bar, it's more of a card layout, kind of like Google Now, and you can still slide to dismiss them. And you can see instead of taking up the entire screen, it just adds them here to the right side of your screen. You can scroll through and dismiss them as you like, and you know, pop in and out of different ones. I think that's a really slick look for the recents menu. Along with some of those more customizable features, you also have this, you know, the standard customizations for the clock and date, as far as adding, you know, an AM PM next to the time. You can put the clock into the center of the status bar. You can also change the battery icon, you know, to be a circle or to be text, whatever. I like to usually leave it as the regular icon, but I'll just leave it as the circle for now. There's the immersive mode, which gets rid of the navigation bar and the status bar when you're in apps. So that's pretty cool. It takes advantage of that feature in Android. So that's really it for the customizations for this ROM. Another thing that I like to see included is a CyanogenMods theme engine. I love doing this because I cannot wait for Android 5.0 to come out. So I always go into the Play Store and download a couple of Android L themes. Here's a couple now. All you do is select them. You can come in and say which ones you want to enable from the theme. So you just select everything that you want to enable. And the cool thing about it is you can mix and match. So say you don't like the icon pack for this theme, you can take out the icon pack. Maybe you don't want to have the custom wallpapers from this theme, take those out. You can hit apply, it just takes a second. It'll apply the theme, everything except for what you took out. So there you go, you see it's changed it to be more Android L themed. You know, that's awesome. But if you come back out and then you go and you say, oh, well, I like the icons from this theme better, you can go on, select icons, you can do the wallpaper, hit apply. And so now we have the theme of Android L from the other theme and the icons from this theme. So now when we go into our home screen, there they are, the more you know, Android L style icons. So the theme engine is really cool, and that's something that I always do on my ROMs right away. I go into the Play Store and download a theme because I just like that look. But really that's it for this ROM, guys. This is Mahdi Rom. It's fast, it's stable. I haven't had any freezes on this ROM whatsoever. No random reboots or anything like that. The battery life has been real stable. It's been pretty good. I would say that the battery life on these custom AOSP ROMs has been right on par, if not a little bit better than stock Android, so that's always nice to see. But really, your usage is going to vary person to person, so I'll always get through an entire day on my battery with some juice left over at the end. But I would say that I'm a little bit of a lighter user, not really super light, kind of right there in the middle, but battery life's great, speed's great, stability's great. I would definitely recommend this ROM to anyone that's looking to run a nice stock Android feel without any of the bugs that plague a lot of other ROMs. The only thing that's not working in this ROM, which is not working in really any stock Android ROM for the G3 right now, is Bluetooth calling. So if you're a heavy Bluetooth user, like in your car or with a headset, you're not going to be able to make phone calls. That is a bummer. It's not something that really affects me, but I know a lot of people use that, but no matter what ROM you're using, that's not going to work. So something they've yet to figure out. But anyways, guys, love this ROM. I'm going to leave a download in the link, or I'm sorry, I'm going to leave a link for the downloads in the description. You need to download the ROM and the Google apps. You need to flash them both, or you're not going to have the Google apps when you get into the ROM. They are not included in the stock package. So that's it, guys. Thanks for checking this video out. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to keep posting ROM videos right here, so keep it locked, and we'll see you guys on the next one.